Larry Bird, Byron Scott, and the Orlando Magic. That's just a weird team.
I really don't like it a lot.
Maybe we should play a different team.
No, let's play that team.
Okay. So we're gonna play that team. John's here again. What's up, John? Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna cover some modern NBA topics and what are surely going to be original takes.
Lots of original takes because we don't listen to any sports writers.
we were just speaking of Josh Smith, and then we had to start recording because we were too excited to talk about Josh Smith.
Never has a 1 in 10 player had more of an impact on a game.
You didn't watch?
Smith. I watched the vines that the Rockets posted of Josh Smith.
Okay,
so I only saw the highs.
All right, I watched the whole thing. Let me tell you. 1, it was all highs.
Okay, good.
2, I've never been more proud of a Houston crowd. Every time Josh pulled up from 3, they went crazy. Every time. He went 1 for 10. Every time he pulled up from 3, the Houston crowd went crazy. It's amazing. And then let me readjust this real quick. And then it was the first game I watched the Rockets this season. They looked happy.
I mean,
yeah, they were genuinely excited.
On one of the vines, I saw James during just a normal defensive. Just they were playing defense.
James was back out every damn time.
No, he was also out, but he was standing and watching and excited about defense. That has literally never happened.
It's so weird. I don't want to start too early, but which street do you think we should have the championship parade on?
West Timer.
West Timer? Fuck up the whole city? Yeah, I mean, he's had such a weird year.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no player who makes less sense than Josh Smith.
Nope. He's just utterly convinced that he's an all-time great.
That's a fact.
He just, and he knows it, and nothing anyone can tell him or what any coach says can change that.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that just hypes James hard enough. He just he just thinks that Josh Smith is as hilarious as we know he is, and he's like, oh my god, this is so dope. I just want to only play with this guy.
Larry Bird just wrecked me. Did you see that?
Yeah. And so did Amika Okafor.
All right, well,
this isn't good for you. Starting off 2-0.
Hakeem.
Come on, Hakeem.
You gotta get back, Hakeem.
You're important. Okay, so other NBA news.
We're going quick. We're going too quick.
Really? I thought we were gonna spend 1 quarter on NBA things.
Oh no, I thought we were gonna spend 1 quarter on each NBA thing. No, it's too late. It's too late.
Okay.
David Blatt got fired. What's up?
Yeah. I'm not surprised. David Blatt was brought in to help a young core of Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love, and then Dion Waiters.
Okay, there are gonna be some weird hot takes in here.
Okay, what are your hot takes?
I think I don't know if this is a hot take because it's pretty well documented, but LeBron's passive aggressive bent is I think it's a major strike against his character.
Yeah.
The fact that LeBron decided to lobby to get Blatt fired by, this is no good. Oh, come on, Vernon. Yeah, he did it! The fact that LeBron decided to lobby to get David Blatt fired by passive aggressively not talking to David Blatt in the huddles and complaining about him to assistant coaches and getting his agent involved. When, we know he's the most powerful basketball player on the planet.
He could have just,
he might be the most powerful person in basketball. He could have just said over the offseason to Dan Gilbert that he was not coming back or not coming back, but, that he just wanted Blatt fired. He came in, they'd already hired Blatt when he came in, though I'm not entirely convinced that he didn't have some sort of knowledge that they were hiring Blatt because they were talking to him at the same time they were hiring Blatt.
Yeah.
So I don't totally buy that story of this isn't LeBron's coach. Come on. We can't give Larry Bird free throws, you guys. He's Larry Bird.
When Bill Simmons listens to this podcast, he's going to be really happy that Larry Bird got some free throws. When that inevitably happens.
Thanks, Bill Simmons. Simmons
Hi, Bill. Shout out, Bill.
Is our 4th viewer. Fourth viewer alert, Bill Simmons.
Oh, wait, is that the mystery viewer who reported us to YouTube? We have one mystery viewer.
Bill Simmons reported us. We should address that too. That second quarter will address
Second quarter. Right now we're still sports.
I just think I mean, you can't say that LeBron's like a worse basketball player because he's passive aggressive.
No,
but
but just like in terms, I mean, because like the terrible people are still amazing basketball players. Like Wilt Chamberlain is a person we talk about in the annals of basketball history,
and he's not a terrible person, LeBron, by any stretch of the imagination. But I think, it's just kind of like, it seems like the reason Blatt got fired mid-season instead of over the summer is that LeBron wanted to avoid an awkward conversation.
Yeah, literally.
And
it's like a really shitty middle school relationship, and this is how it ends. Like LeBron texted one of his friends to break up for him,
right?
Something like that.
He has now hurt his team's chances of winning a championship because he didn't want to talk to David or to Griffin.
Yeah.
Who is the owner? Gilbert. Gilbert's the owner.
Yeah.
He didn't want to talk to Gilbert about firing David Blatt,
and
I just
think
that's
also
kind
from what I've heard, Blatt wasn't a great coach. Have you seen those? So reports came out yesterday talking about how Blatt would routinely freeze up in the huddle when he was drawing a play, or include players who were on the bench and not playing. I
did not see that.
There was also periods of during the I think it was Eastern Conference Finals when the Cavs were up by 30. And they had the big man issue, right? And in the fourth quarter, when they're up by 30, he puts in Tristan Thompson, and LeBron said no and put in Kendrick Perkins because they couldn't risk injuring Tristan. That was ridiculous. We're up by 30. And he just had a lot of things like that where he clearly wasn't ready. Not ready, but clearly wasn't prepared for such a big stage so fast. I think
I agree with that.
He needed time to build up and get used to the NBA with a young team. That would have the situation he thought he was coming into would have been
perfect for him.
And and I think it was a disservice.
And that's
to
why
him
that's why I think he goes to the Wolves now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think. Although the Wolves' strategy right now is getting veterans to help their young guys, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to find a veteran coach who probably isn't the greatest, but
I just think
I could see Tibbs going to the Wolves or something.
I think he's the best available coach for the Wolves specifically. I think Tibbs is going to want to win a championship,
really quick.
Yeah, I just feel that way about Tibbs. I got my eye on Tibbs for one Houston Rockets job.
So, more hot NBA takes.
Okay.
What do you think? Who's going to take the Nets job? Do you think Calipari could take the Nets job?
No. That buzz is so wishful thinking by the Nets that Calipari would take the Nets job. I mean, I think
the Nets would literally make him an owner, though.
Yes. I also think I think we're gonna see the Nets come out of their hole quicker than the NBA Illuminati is pretending that.
Yeah.
Because
those Nets picks, the Brooklyn pick maybe has one more year of being a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I could just see them going into mediocrity. All their picks are really not that valuable anymore. So the Celtics get fucked over, and then they play decently but not great.
I mean, I think we've seen from.
Wasn't I going to get to play this quarter? Sun.
Oh, is that what we were doing?
What were we?
Here, take it.
Thank you.
I think. I lost my train of thought about the Nets. I just think we've seen that if you live, is that Justice?
Oh God, I don't know.
On the Magic, that's Justice.
Can I switch teams?
Justice is our close personal friend, you guys. We know Justice Winslow personally. Yep.
I mention it at every middle school practice. Background: I am the coach of a middle school basketball team.
It's true. John has coaching experience.
Yeah.
You should write a letter to the Nets.
I will.
Because I'm not sure who's taking that job.
I could. If they're paying me more than I get as a school teacher.
Be consider that I can motivate middle schoolers, and you're going to have nobody on your team. So you need someone to really motivate the Nets
people
players.
With the emotional stability of a middle schooler, which is an NBA player.
Yeah, Joe Johnson or whatever. I just think... I
think Joe Johnson gets traded.
Yeah, I'm not sure to who, though.
Anyone who wants cap space?
Anyone who wants cap space? That's true. I was thinking, kind of contender decides to get a six-man style trade, but I just don't think that trade is really out there for him. Yeah, I think Joe Johnson gets traded. I think we've seen that the New York and the LA teams get meetings even when they're shit.
Yep.
And it only takes it only takes a couple half-decent players to come to an organization, and then all of a sudden instead of like 20 and 60 whatever, they're now 30 and 50. And then maybe it's not they're winning a championship, but they just don't suck. I mean, the wild card here is Prokhorov. There's not another NBA owner like Prokhorov.
Yeah.
So, like, he could just try and wreck the team again and then try to sell it. But he just bought the full team, actually. He just bought out the rest of the minority owners.
Shit.
So, like, I don't think that bodes in him thinking of this as, like, a short-term asset. I think he thinks it's, like, a long-term thing.
I had a train of thought. Oh, so when you... you know who I'd like to talk about now?
Who?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about Kristaps. I don't know if you've ever heard, but I'm all in on Kristaps.
I'm wild about Kristaps.
I thought you said you didn't like him anymore.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Okay,
yeah.
thank God.
No,
I was really worried that
not.
we wouldn't be friends anymore.
Oh my God, no. Clearly, sorry. You know how sometimes you can just lie, and it's such a ridiculous lie that it's a joke? Yep. I think that's what I was trying
Even
to
over
do
text.
when I said over text that I don't like Kristaps anymore. I think that was more a joke about me being a hipster than about me. What did you just do?
I flew with Birdman.
First of all, also, Birdman in those shorts, though. He's for
an
sure got tattoos there, and 2K just, like, doesn't have them logged
it doesn't acknowledge the fact that someone could have an upper thigh tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to say about Kristaps? Anything on your mind about Kristaps?
I mean, nothing new. Just that I think he's amazing. And
yeah,
I'm not entirely sure what the Knicks are doing with, like, what's the Knicks, like, plan?
Right. I think the Knicks' plan is here's the thing. I think everybody's right that they're probably not going to win a championship with Melo if they keep Melo on this team with Kristaps.
Yeah.
But I also think, they're a David Blatt possible destination. Bring in Blatt and then
anyone but Derek Fisher. Yeah, I support that.
Anyone but Derek Fisher, but also specifically like a European coach who's used to running with shooters.
Yeah.
And used to playing weird guys at center.
But do you think Zen Master Phil will want to have like that? Like Zen Master Phil wants to run a triangle offense.
No, yeah, that's true. So maybe not. Who knows? I think like so far, I think everything from when Phil took over, like everything that they say is still like weird, crazy Knicks shit. Where you're like, wait, what are you even? What?
Yeah.
But then like everything that they've done is like modern NBA smart, except for pay Derek Fisher.
Yeah, that's true.
But like every personnel decision that they've made has been like pretty decently smart, and obviously like you can't say like that they knew this was going to happen with Kristaps, but Phil had the guts to draft Kristaps when he knew that New York's reaction was going to be like that, which I think is a big thing. You can't make decisions based off what your fans are going to react to immediately.
Yeah.
I guess I'm saying like they are going to get meetings with people too, and maybe they don't get someone this summer, but I think they could probably get someone next summer. And is there enough left in Melo to make a run? Is
Melo the kind of player who after his prime like transitions into a solid like 18 points, 10 rebounds guy? Like,
I think we're already seeing a version of post prime Melo, right? Like his scoring average is down. His like usage.
Well,
percentage
it's also
down.
because he has better players on his team.
Also because he has better players on his team. But I think that like we are seeing Melo. He like takes nights off for small injuries, which I don't think he would have before.
I mean, he did that last year. He just
last year he played until the All-Star break, even though he was injured just to play an All-Star. I mean that was crazy. But I don't know what that is. But I think
that was just I'll take a season off.
I think like. Do you, is Melo good enough in 2 years that he can be the third best player on the championship team? I think that's kind of what they are, like, that their optimistic version of a plan is like, we ride out the next 2 years. I'm playing it again. We ride out the next 2 years and then we get somebody, whether they're thinking it's going to be like Russell Westbrook or... I mean, Russell Westbrook on the Knicks would be ridiculously fun.
Oh my god, that'd be my favorite team.
And I also hate Kevin Durant.
So it's amazing how my opinion of Kevin Durant has changed so much. In my opinion, Russell Westbrook has changed so much.
Completely flipped.
Yeah, completely flipped.
And I think most of that is like Russell. I mean, none of it is Russell's clothes. Like for me, at least, none of it is being like the clothes to me. I mean, they're crazy, obviously, but they signal like I am a weirdo and I know it.
It's like James,
and I wear it. Yeah,
like
James. James is also a weirdo and he knows it. And Russell plays like Russell's got no chill. There's zero chill in his body. And I think like that is so
it's
funny.
Like what he literally is he's like a Draymond Green that our friend group likes.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Hot take: Draymond Green might be the best player on the Warriors.
He is the player that elevates them from pretty good to historically good.
Yeah,
is what I would say.
I'm
not sure he's.
I mean.
So like Draymond Green is best player on a team, like clear best player on a team. I don't think that team is terribly good. While Steph Curry, best player on a team, is still a pretty damn good team.
Yeah.
But they don't... I mean, I don't know. This is nothing groundbreaking here, but like they rely on Draymond so much.
Yeah, it's like watching them play without Draymond, or I mean, also when Draymond was the like when Steph wasn't there, and I think Clay, I don't know if he was hurt or what, but like Draymond just exploded.
Yeah.
And then his mom tweeted about how she was angry that he wasn't on the All-Star team.
He should be on the All-Star
team. Oh, no, absolutely. The fact that Ersan Ilyasova was closer to an All-Star starter than Anthony Davis means that Dallas honestly should be burned. I mean, I don't know if...
We should end every panel episode with that quote, like... You know, remember that guy who would say Carthage should be burned at the end of every speech in ancient Rome? We should end every panel episode with, Dallas should be burned. Yeah,
is the Houston-Dallas relationship similar to the Rome-Carthage relationship?
I think it's similar in every way. One, we've owned them in several wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Two, they have elephants and we
don't. They have elephants and they're bad at mountain climbing.
They're bad at mountain climbing. They really are. I've run out of things. One time our founder went over to their city and then abandoned the queen of their city and then she burned herself to death. Remember when that happened?
Yup.
That was fun. I needed jokes for you guys.
No.
I don't remember what we were saying about Draymond Green at all.
I was just saying he was good.
Yeah, he is good.
That Warriors team is really fun to watch. As much as it makes me angry, I don't know. I know you hate Steph Curry.
Is Jabari Carroll the point guard at this point? We gotta give it a big shot, Bob.
Take it. You're open.
No, this is justice. Here, we gotta wait for the end of the shot clock. That way, it'll be a big enough shot.
Let's see if it works. Oh,
big shots.
That was
big shots. Get it back. That's in.
He's cold. You've made him cold.
No,
you made him cold.
We're doing this. Oh, fine. Oh, that was a terrible shot. All right, never mind.
It worked.
I did that on purpose.
Oh.
To me, watching the Warriors is no longer a thing where I don't know what I'd say. I would definitely during the streak, watching the Warriors is like appointment television, and still every time that they play somebody even moderately good and it's not on national TV, I'm a bit mad because contrary to what Bill Simmons thinks, I can't afford NBA League Pass.
Yep.
It is a lot of money.
It is weirdly. A lot of money.
And
if they change, so I think single game is $7.99.
Oh.
If a single game
was $2,
was $2,
yes,
I'd
do it all
NBA
the time.
NBA would make so much money.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I currently do it 0 times. So if it was $2 and I did it even 3 times, it'd be worth it for them.
Yeah.
And I certainly would do that.
But it's the NBA.
No way during this streak would I not be watching a Cavs Warrior game. Or not Cavs Warrior, any Warrior game.
Both. Apparently Cavs Warriors is not a competitive game.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk after that about Cavs, about him being fired. Justice! What are you doing, man?
Hey, this is good.
Hey, send him a text.
I don't have his number.
Shh. I'll edit that out.
Okay, edit that out. Oh, we all know it.
We all know it. We have all got his number memorized, as we have all of our friends' numbers.
Yep.
memorized. So I'm a little bit worried about this game.
Yeah. I didn't play very well, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. I mean, I only gave you like a 3-point lead, and I think I've lost ground in this quarter. Here, this is what we need. No, that's not what. All right.
Okay,
Sure.
no, I got this. I'm just going to do fadeaway long twos with Kevin Love.
No, this is not what I want. So if back all the way back to Blatt, if Blatt got fired because he couldn't use Kevin Love correctly, which is kind of the narrative people have been peddling.
A European coach couldn't use a big man who can shoot? That's not true.
Yeah.
It's that
I agree
LeBron
with
doesn't
that.
play well with big men who can shoot.
Well, I mean, I think that when LeBron was putting together this team, and that's absolutely who was putting together this team.
Yeah, that's...
I think he decided, like, oh, I'm going to get Kevin Love, and it's going to be like I have Chris Bosh, and I'm going to get Kyrie Irving, and it's going to be like I have Dwayne Wade. And the fact is, those players are not particularly similar. I mean, Chris Bosh, you can play at the 5, and Kevin Love, you just can't.
Yep.
Like, he just does not have the ability to play well enough defensively to play at the 5. Also, he's a much better rebounder than Chris Bosh, so your whole offense is different because you want to leave Kevin Love near the basket to rebound. And your defense, like, you want Kevin Love near the basket, but you don't want him as a rim protector, which is completely different than the way you use Chris Bosh. And I just think, like, I don't know, it's not at the point where I think, like, oh, they would have been better keeping Wiggins. But, I mean...
As LeBron gets
older,
older, he's a distributor. I think they should have kept Wiggins.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron, I think what LeBron did was he built a team for the way he was playing in Miami, not a team for him to, like, grow old with.
I agree with
sense, right?
I definitely agree. I think he wanted to win a championship his first year back. Like
Even though he wrote the letter saying, "I'm not trying to win a championship."
Yeah,
yes, you are.
He really loved.
You're not rebuilding a team. You sold everyone and made your own team again. You did exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think. I forgot that he was peddling the like, "Oh, I'm ready to wait" narrative.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
He peddled
That's
a narrative
really
and then
true.
built a team himself.
Yeah, I think like
if they wanted to build a championship team, no, I can't say that. I was gonna say they would have kept Dion, but that would have been so dumb.
No, yeah, that would have been a dumb thing for you to say.
Yeah,
I think like if he was really into mentoring people, they might have kept Dion. Like if he thought that was serious, and mentorship is not like, hey, I'm gonna give some guy an advice and he's gonna instantly be amazing. Like you got to stick with someone.
You gotta like
really want to
be
be their mentor.
You gotta go to movies with them.
You gotta go to movies with them.
That I'm imagining just what Dwayne and Justice do on weekends. You gotta go to Miami clubs.
You gotta appear in
What did I
PJ
just
Collins' Snapchat every once
Ah! God, that's so great.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like I just can't see the Cavs beating the Warriors or the Spurs.
No, I don't see the only I think the championship should be Spurs Warriors.
Yeah, and also I think
and then
like,
Rockets too.
Also the Rockets. We're still in on the Rockets.
Yep, all in.
Still in on the Rockets. Josh Smith, he's the rich man's Draymond Green.
You mean the overpaying man's Draymond Green?
Yeah, so is
who knows nothing about basketball? Have you heard about this Josh
We
Smith
forgot
guy?
to bring out Josh Smith guy.
Oh my god, I forgot.
God, no, that's what we should have done the whole first quarter is bring out Josh Smith guy.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah. Have you heard about Josh Smith?
He is a great outside shooter. Did you know that he was on an AAU team with Dwight Howard? I heard that their chemistry is out of this world.
I believe that he could turn into a full NBA player. He's gonna be a great locker room guy. I just
remember how we picked him up for spare parts again.
Yeah.
What if this is just a thing that starts happening? We get Josh Smith to go to a different team and be overpaid.
Like a couple of years ago when we used to do that to Aaron Brooks, we would we would like send Aaron Brooks out to destroy a franchise, and then bring him back like Aaron, come home, Aaron.
Coming home. Bye, Max. Oh no!
Oh, get it.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Take that shot. Yeah. That guy wasn't ready.
No.
He wasn't ready.
I tried to shoot, but it didn't want to let me.
I think a low-key what if in Cleveland is what if Embiid doesn't get hurt. I think if Embiid doesn't get hurt, they might still take Embiid. and they might keep Embiid because he doesn't play the same position as LeBron, right? And he's like supposed to be the dream at the time, right? We were all like, man, is this guy the next Olajuwon? And you watch those highlights and you were like, man, I live in the city where Olajuwon is the best player like of all time by a long shot in Houston.
Yeah.
And
so do I.
And I was ready to say like, yeah, this guy looks like Olajuwon to me.
Yeah.
So I do think like if Embiid is healthy, I also think that like part of the narrative of the center decline in the NBA is just like the lack of good centers combined with like the lack of ability to build around centers.
Yeah.
Like Boogie, everyone knows how talented Boogie is, and
we need to play with
to...
Boogie. I haven't been able to play with Boogie in a while.
All right, let's do it. We'll find a way to make that happen.
Okay.
So we're gonna lose.
No, yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry about that as well.
We were too hyped talking about stuff.
We were too ready to talk about Josh Smith.
Too ready to talk about Josh Smith. Remember how I texted the group with Josh Smith and y'all hadn't heard yet?
I love him so much.
That was in the middle of class. I got an alert on my phone and literally said, outside reading, and then went and looked it up on my phone.
I know it's not true that like he's going to be the thing that turns the Rocket season around.
But what if we needed chemistry and literally for some reason our chemistry that our weird ass team needs is Josh Smith?
Okay,
bleep that out.
2 things. All right, fine. 2 things.
Or else we might get flagged by YouTube.
We never got that. We got to do another episode where we talk about how we were taken down from YouTube
by the censorship of the Google.
2 things. I got 45 seconds to make 2 points about the Rockets and about why Josh Smith could save the Rockets. 1, having a passing big man with Harden is a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is an actual game changer, and he's going to waste some possessions, Josh, but he's also going to have some possessions. There were some possessions last night where he made Harden and Lawson work together in a way I have not seen them work together.
Yeah.
Like there were a couple of possessions last night where there were like 7-8 passes before a basket. I know,
but that's like Warriors shit.
Some people are Warriors fans and think that's just how basketball's played, but not in Houston.
No,
that's not how we do it normally.
I'll do a Houston possession dribble.
Yeah, just keep it. Keep it.
No, I'll give it to Mad Max.
I did not make the second point. I failed.
Damn it. Well, if you want to hear the second point, tune in to the next episode of the panel.
I'm probably going to do this episode and then the episodes I filmed with other people. Like, I'm probably going to put this one up today or later tomorrow.
Tune in to another episode. You have to find it yourself. Link in the description below.
Okay, all right, real quick. Let's get like 3 quick shots at a closing catchphrase. It's something we need.
Dallas should be burned.
Oh, right, we came up with that. Yeah. And also Dallas should be burned.
Or we could turn it into like a threat. Dallas will be burned.
Dallas will be burned. We just have to... Yeah, all right, cool. I'm going to clap again.
Ready? 1, 2, 3...